My name is Miss Caroline, and I was a Camp Challenge instructor last summer. I was with the 2-3 age group. So if you recognize me from last summer, it's very nice to see you again. And if you don't recognize me, it's very, very nice to meet you. So I am going to be your music instructor for the next couple of weeks, and I'm very excited, and I hope you're excited as well. I want to start our lesson off today by just acknowledging that I realize camp is a strange and new format for a lot of you this summer, and I bet that it can get a little bit stressful and a little bit confusing. And I just want to let all of you know that as your counselors, we are here for you, we support you, and we are going to try our best to make this summer as fun of a summer as we can. And I am hoping personally that my class will be less of a stressor for you and more of a way for you to just have fun, because music is really, really, really fun. So, a little bit about me and my music background. I went to a performing arts high school. So, if you've ever seen the show Victorious, I went to a high school like that, and it was very fun, it was very exciting. I was there as a vocal performance major, so I was a music major, I was a singer, and I'm excited to teach you some of the things that I learned. Alright, so a little bit about how the class is going to work. So, I will always start class off by reviewing what we learned last week. I think this will be beneficial for you so that you can just refresh your mind and it doesn't really feel like you're being blindsided with all this new information at once. Obviously, this is our first lesson, so I have nothing to review with you, but in the next coming lessons, I will always take a moment to talk about what we talked about last week. After we review, I will always go through, that's my cat, I will always go through some vocal warm-ups with you. We will not always be singing necessarily every class, but if there's one thing I learned in all the music classes that I've taken, you never know when you're going to be asked to sing. So it is always best to be prepared, have your vocal cords warmed up. So we will always do that after we review. After we do our warm-ups, I will get into the lesson. So this specific class is going to be a little bit more focused on music theory. So reading music, notes, things like that. And after we do that, I will always end class with playing a song for you on my guitar. I think that will just be a nice way to wrap everything up because you won't necessarily have to do anything. All you'll be asked to do is just sit back and listen and enjoy yourself a little bit. So, with all of that being said, I'm going to get right into the lesson. I hope that you're excited about this. I'm definitely excited about this. So let's get right into it. Alright everyone, so as I said before, we are always going to begin class by doing some basic vocal warm-ups. So I have my guitar here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to guide us through some vocal warm-ups, that we can do together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a note. I'll play a little bit louder. And what we're going to do is we're going to match pitch with that note. So after I play that note, try to hum that note. So, all right, let's try that one more time. Perfect. So, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sing in thirds. So what I would like you to do is sing that same note but on a na. So go na. Perfect. And we're just gonna go up in thirds. So we're gonna go na 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 na. All right, let's try that one more time. Na 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 na. Perfect. And then we're gonna go up a half step. So sing that note. Na. Perfect. And we're going to do the same exact thing we did last time. Na, 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 na. And we're going to go up a half step. So na. And we're going to go na, 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 na. Up a half step. Na, 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 na. Up a half step. Na, 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 na. Up a half step. Na, 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 na. All right, perfect. Good job. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go in fifths. So we're going to go na, 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 na. So I'm going to play a note, and then I'm going to do the same thing I did last time and just go up a half step, and we're going to sing that together. So let's start on the same note that we did last time. Na. Perfect. So we're going to go na, 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 na. Awesome. Up a half step. Na, 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 na. Perfect. Up a half step. Na, 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 na. Awesome. Up another half step. Na, 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 na. Perfect. Up a half step. If this is getting too high for you, you can always slip into your falsetto. So that's going to be your fake voice. So na, 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 that kind of thing. Okay. So start on this note. Na, 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 na. Awesome. One more. Up at this note. Na, 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 na. All right. Great job today with that. Now we're going to get right into the lesson. I'm really proud of you for sticking with this and doing this with me. And I'm excited to continue these warm-ups with you next week. So let's get right into the lesson. All right, so today we are going to be talking about the grand staff. And the grand staff looks like this. So anytime you read any kind of music, this is most likely what it's going to look like. So here we have the treble clef, and here we have the bass clef. Now, as you can see, each staff has 5 lines to it and 4 spaces. It doesn't matter which clef. All of the staffs will have 5 lines and 4 spaces. Now, the names of those lines and spaces, they differ depending on which clef you are using. So if we're looking at the treble clef, the lines up this way are going to be E, G, B, D, and F. Now, there are some fun acronyms that you can learn to memorize this. One that I learned was every good boy does fine. So every good boy does fine. Another fun one that I learned was Elmo gave Barney dead fish. So that's another one you can use. In terms of the spaces in the treble clef are F, A, C, and E. And that spells face. So just think of face and you'll be able to name the spaces in the treble clef. Now, in terms of the bass clef, the names change a little bit. So the lines going upward from the bass clef are G, B, D, F, and A. So another acronym that I learned is good boys do fine always, pertaining to the first acronym, every good boy does fine. Another one that I learned is give Barney dead fish again. So you can use either one of those, whichever one helps you memorize it better, whichever one you find more fun, you can use. Or you can make up your own. That's always fun too. All right. And the spaces in the bass clef are going to be A, C, E, and G. One acronym that I learned for that is All Cows Eat Grass. So yes, that is the grand staff, and the notes, no matter where they fall, they will have a name. So if a note falls on a space, it is going to be named that letter. So this note here is E. Now, the nice thing about the notes when you look at them diagonally is that they go in alphabetical order. So this note, for instance, is C. So it starts off C. This note's D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. And it just keeps going from there. However, you do not continue to go in the alphabet. All music stops at G and then it starts over again. So it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then you go back to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so forth. There is no H, I, J, K, L, N, O, P in music. All right, so the notes start a little bit differently down here, obviously. So this note here is E. Then we have F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So in terms of naming the notes in the grand staff, if it helps you to count like that, count diagonally, start right at C or start right at E, C for the treble clef, E for the bass clef, and you want to count notes that way, you can. That's a great way to start reading music, but as you get a little bit more experienced, it does help to just have the lines and spaces memorized, and that is where the acronyms come in. The Elmo gave Barney dead fish, gave Barney dead fish always, face, and all cows eat grass. So that is the grand staff. All right, so now that we've talked a little bit about the grand staff and we know what that looks like, we know what a treble clef and a bass clef looks like, and we know what the letter names are on the grand staff, now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we would actually play some of those notes on a piano and how the letter names on the piano correspond to the letter names on the grand staff. So, if you've ever seen a piano before, you will know that it looks a little something like this. It is a combination of white keys and black keys. So, the way the black keys follow the pattern on the piano, it will always look like this. It will always start with 2 black keys, and then it will skip a key, and then it will go to 3 black keys, and then it'll skip a key, and then it'll repeat. So it will always be a combination of 2, skip, 3, skip. So when we look at the 2 black keys, the note that will always be directly next to the first black key, that note will always be called C. And as you continue to learn about music and music theory, you will learn that C is really the foundation of how we read music and how we have a good starting point. So if we look here, you will see that it just follows the alphabet. So it goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and it starts over. So, and that is only for the white keys. So all of the white keys, they follow that alphabetical pattern, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and then you start over. The black keys are what we call sharps and flats. I'm not going to get into that with you this week. That is something that I will save for next week, once we get a little bit more comfortable with just this. And after we get comfortable with that, we can move forward to knowing what the black keys are and what their purpose is. So, let's talk a little bit about how to actually play the piano. So if we look here, you will see that that is a treble clef. So you will know that the spaces and lines on the treble clef, you will know what they are called because we just talked about this. So it starts off E, Elmo, G, gave, B, Barney, D, dead, F, fish. So we know what those lines are called. And we also know what the spaces are called because we talked about that as well. It's just the word face. So F-A-C-E. Now, I also taught you that this note here, the note that looks like this, that is always going to be C. So if I wanted to play this, if I wanted to play C, D, E, F, all I would do was I would hit this key, and that key, C, D, E, F. Now, we're starting off very simple, just so we can get you all comfortable with what this is and what it means. And as we get more comfortable with these basic note names, we can start looking at more complex melodies and more complex things to play on the piano. But I don't want to overwhelm you. I just want to try to give you a very basic understanding of what this is. And once we get comfortable with that, we can move forward. That's my cat. All right, thank you. All right, guys, great job with our lesson today. As always, I'm gonna end class by singing a song for you. So the song that I'm gonna sing for you today is Riptide by Vance Joy. I hope you enjoy it. Dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. Oh, all my friends are turning green. You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. Oh, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. There's this movie that I think you'll like. This guy decides to quit his job and head to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself. He's been living on the highest shelf. Oh, they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I just wanna know if you're gonna stay. I just gotta know. I can't have it any other way. I swear she's destined for this screen. The closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you ever see. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. A lady running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in today and listening. I'm really excited about doing this with you this summer, and with that, I will see you next week. Goodbye!